What's going on, my soul family? Welcome back to another episode of the Awake with Jake show. On today's episode, I'm going to be dropping in and sharing with you about why women love to be pursued. Now, I know this may be a little bit of a controversial topic in today's quote unquote woke society, right? But I'm going to be breaking down the barriers between men and women throughout this episode and really sharing and shining a light on why it is that women, feminine women specifically, love to be pursued by a strong, masculine man. Now, there are many variables to this, okay? Like the first variable, a woman being able to receive a man's masculine energy. If a woman holds on to pain and trauma in her body towards men, it will be very difficult for her to receive a man's masculine energy, to receive a man's masculine pursuit. But as she lets down these walls and opens herself and continues to connect with her intuition, she is much better able to receive a man's masculine energy. Now, before we get into today's episode, I want to share with you something really special that my wife and I have created, which is called Depth Dating. This is the ultimate dating program. So if right now you're single and you're frustrated with the dating world because you keep going on boring, dead-end dates and you're wasting your time and your money and your energy on relationships that go nowhere, we have created this 8-week program to give you the tools, the resources, and the framework for how to attract the conscious relationship that you deeply desire. Does that sound amazing or what? Inside of this program, we'll give you 8 weeks of strategic dating coaching for exactly how to master your dating life and call in your dream partner. On top of that, when you sign up today, you get instant access to our private community of conscious, strong masculine men and radiant feminine women. No, this isn't some shitty little dating app with a bunch of horny men and guarded women. This is the real deal. People that are really coming together to bond, to grow, to build lasting relationships, and learn the art of conscious intimacy. Now, if this feels like something that you resonate with, please go to jakewoodard.com/depth. I will also put the link in my show notes for your convenience. Let's get into today's episode. What do you say? Are you ready? If you are, if you're watching this on YouTube right now, drop in the comments why you're excited to learn about this. I'm so excited to be sharing this with you. And if you're listening on podcast right now, just make sure that you keep your eyes on the road if you're driving a vehicle. Maybe you're listening to this in the shower. I don't know where you are right now. Whatever you're doing, I just hope that you're enjoying your day and you're having fun and you're feeling good. And if you're not, that's okay too. Sometimes in life, we're not going to feel all love and light, right? And then there's a lot of spiritual bypassing going on in the world, as you probably see. But there are times when we feel darkness. I know I felt a lot of darkness in my life. And sometimes I still feel that shitty darkness, that void within me. Maybe it's the anxiousness or fear or worry, insecurity. That is all part of being human, right? But that doesn't mean you have to stay stuck and trapped in that place. You have the ability as a human to consciously grow, to consciously evolve through your fears, past your fears. This is possible. Now, the reason why I love talking about intimacy so much and masculine and feminine energies and polarity, because these things have really changed my life. Before I got into the relationship that I'm now in with my wife, Melissa, my life was drastically different. Yes, I had meaning. Yes, I had purpose. I was pursuing my mission. But when I attracted her into my life, when I was willing to pursue her in my life opened up more than I ever thought it possibly could. She has been such a huge part of my mission. She is this beautiful, radiant woman that I can call on for guidance when I feel unclear about something. She offers a sense of softness and intuition and a different angle that sometimes my masculine logical mind misses. And this is really why I believe men and women complement each other so beautifully because exactly of this, the masculine structure, the clarity, the direction, the assertiveness. These are all beautiful things that women crave. And the same thing with a man loving that softness, gentleness, openness, receptivity of a woman. Okay. I've shared 6 things, 6 reasons. I have 6 reasons that I'm going to share with you. The first one is why women love being pursued. Reason number one is it shows his intentions with her. It shows his intentions with her, especially if a woman is deeply connected to her intuition. And by the way, all of these 6 things I'm going to share with you, these 6 reasonings, only work if a woman is interested genuinely in a man, that she has shown the subtle signals, which there is a way to consciously flirt, and we're going to teach this inside of depth. She has shown the subtle signals, and she's open to receiving that man. There is a big difference. I have to clarify this because some men will hear this and think, oh, well, I should be chasing women. No, chasing to me is toxic. Chasing after a woman, especially a woman that's not interested in you, is toxic. There is a big difference between healthy masculine pursuit and chasing. No woman wants to be chased, but a woman, if she is interested in you, does want to be pursued because it clarifies your intentions. A woman can feel that in a man's body just by the way he approaches her, the tone of your voice, the groundedness of your presence. A woman is feeling all of this energy. Women feel very deeply, and men need to understand this because if you have ill intentions with a woman, right off the bat, your pursuit will highlight your intentions if she is connected to her intuition and she allows herself to trust the intuitive feeling that she gets. Now, going back to the beginning of this episode, I mentioned if a woman holds on to trauma in her body, pain towards men, she is clouded from seeing her intuition clearly, but she's also clouded by allowing a man into her to fully penetrate her essence. This is what so many women struggle with because they hold on to pain towards men, because they've been abused by men, abandoned by a man, hurt by a man. Maybe it started in the father and then continued through lovers. When a woman heals this trauma in her body, she becomes much deeper to her intuition. She allows herself to feel much deeper. But if there is trauma in the body, she is clouded by that. And she can't see her intuition clearly. She can't see a man's intentions clearly. Does that make sense? So when a man pursues a woman right off the bat, it shows his intentions. She can feel it. If he's approaching her like a horny little playboy, she's going to feel his intentions immediately. Now, if he approaches her strong, grounded, and confident, that is a whole different realm, especially if she's interested in him. And by the way, I want to speak to the men for a minute. If you use anything that I teach here to manipulate women into having sex with you, you are a low quality man, okay? If you take my teachings, what I'm sharing with you in this episode, and you use it to manipulate women to having sex with you, that is a low quality man. So I encourage men to step up, to rise, to use these teachings to really get the woman that you really desire. Second thing is, it shows his confidence. In today's modern world, a lot of men are very insecure about their approach in pursuing a woman. They're very nervous to reach out to a woman, to send that text, to pick up that phone and call her ass. Imagine doing that in today's world. Or to ask her out on a date. A lot of men feel very deep-rooted insecurity in this. And something that's contributing to this is how critical so many women are of men with how they do things, with how they pursue, with how they approach, with how they ask her on a date. It's not good enough. So the more we criticize men, the more insecure they become. So this is why I really believe that a woman should always be honest with a man. If you are not interested in a man, say no thank you. Don't do him a disservice by ghosting him or ignoring him or any of these things. Just say no thank you. I'm not interested. Because that boundary with a woman, when she is clear, it actually helps her and him. Okay? It helps her and him because she's learning to speak up and saying no thank you. Or if it feels really good to her, she says, yes, I would love that. Okay? The third thing is it shows his assertiveness. Women, feminine women specifically, love a man that is willing to assert himself. This is a masculine quality, to be able to assert yourself as a man, to penetrate deeply, to pierce through whatever she's holding up in that moment in a conscious, loving way. Now, you should never assert yourself with a woman that is not interested in you, that has not opened herself, that has not given you the green light. Now, don't get me wrong, there's going to be some back and forth feelings in that first few engagements, maybe especially in the first engagement where you do approach her. There may be a sense of nervousness in your body. There's going to be a nervousness within her. It may feel uncomfortable with her if you're very grounded and present and confident. These are things that I'm trying to encourage you because these are things that a woman is really loving. And this even applies into long-term relationships. Like I still practice these things with my wife, Melissa. Assertiveness is a very attractive quality to a woman in a healthy way. You're not asserting yourself like a ramrod and plowing into her, but you're also not tiptoeing around her because you're too passive and afraid to pursue. So this is where you got to get really clear as a man about how are you pursuing. The integrity of your pursuit is everything that matters. It's the small, fine little details that mean the most to a woman. This is where men really miss this with women is it's the small little things that a man does that a woman sees. If you ever listen to a woman talk, which I hope you have at this point in your life, if you ever listen to a woman talk, she is very detail oriented. She's very detail focused. When she shares a story, she tells every single detail. Now, most men will say, well, that's annoying. Why? That's just how she is. That's her expression, right? Now, don't get me wrong. There is an aspect of the feminine that can learn to communicate better with the masculine by not needing to share every detail, right? And this is just playful. This is fun. This dialogue that we're having right now. When a man asserts himself in a woman's life and she allows herself to receive him, beautiful things start to unfold. Number 4, it inspires safety because he's not a pushover. Right off the bat, going back to number 1, showing his intentions when he does assert himself, when he does pursue in a healthy way. It shows, hey, this guy is not a pushover. He may be able to protect me. He could potentially provide. Women want a man that is not too agreeable, that is not a pushover, that is not too passive. These qualities of masculine pursuit, women love. Think about the sperm and the egg. The sperm pursues the egg, right? The egg doesn't pursue the sperm. The sperm goes after the egg. Every single alpha organism is naturally pursuing something. Hunting. Look at the lion with the gazelle. Sure, this is more of a vicious type example because the lion is looking to hunt and kill the gazelle, but the lion embodies every single quality of a strong masculine man. Think about the lion. It is strong. It is grounded. It is a leader. It is a protector. It is a provider. It is conscious with its movements. It is intentional with its movements. It is observant. It observes and then moves. This is masculine pursuit. Does that make sense? Is this resonating with you right now? Is this resonating with you right now? If it is, make sure you're dropping Love in the comments if you're watching this on YouTube or you're listening on podcast right now. Share with me. Share this with me. Share that you are resonating with this. Number 5, it makes her feel chosen. One of the deepest desires of a woman with a man is to feel chosen continuously. This means that even when you do pursue a woman, the woman doesn't, the pursuit doesn't stop. I shouldn't say the woman doesn't stop, although the feminine, I feel like, is never ending in many ways, which is beautiful. But the pursuit of a man with a woman to continuously love her deeper, to continuously go deeper into her well, doesn't stop. This masculine pursuit never stops in all relationships, from the beginning to the end of time, to the ending of that relationship, to the ending of your being, to the ending of your life. We're getting a little dark here, but what I'm saying is it makes her feel chosen. So not only does it feel good for the man to step up and pursue because he feels strong, he's like, hey, I overcame this challenge. I overcame my nervousness. I overcame my fear to step in, to assert myself. But on top of that, once again, if she is receptive and she is interested in you, which she should tell you, if she's not, she should just say, no, thank you. Some women won't. Some women may criticize you. Some women may close down. But the right woman will receive you. And this will allow her to feel chosen. You stepping in, pursuing her in a healthy way, makes her feel chosen. That is one of the deepest feminine desires. This man chooses me. He steps in. He claims the moment. He claims my energy in a conscious way, not ownership, not possessiveness, but he steps in with such a commitment, such a devotion to get to know her, to build a relationship with her, to build a life with her, potentially, to build a family with her, potentially, to build an empire with her, potentially. This all makes her feel chosen. Number 6, the final one. It allows her to be in her feminine. So the stronger and more embodied a man is in his masculinity, the more in her feminine she will be. Okay? Because this is a balancing effect. Now, once again, if she is holding onto a masculine shield in pain and trauma in her body from past stuff that she's experienced, she will not allow herself to go into her feminine, because the feminine is a place of vulnerability. The feminine is a place of feeling, and a lot of women get trapped in their mind, the logical mind. So she actually has to allow herself. There's an art to this. There's an art to feminine receiving. There's an art to masculine pursuing, and all things that we're going to be teaching inside of depth. It allows her to be more in her feminine. It allows her to rest in her body, to soften into her body, to get this juicy sensation feeling in her body because of the strength and the integrity of the man that is approaching her, that is feeling strong, that is feeling grounded, that is feeling confident. These things feel amazing to a woman. And the more safe she feels, the more she drops into her feminine. The more safe she feels, the more she drops into her feminine. The more conscious the man is, the more grounded the man is, the more confident the man is, the more she's inspired. And I'm using the word inspired because she has to allow it to drop into her feminine. Does this all make sense? Does this resonate? So listen, if you would like to join this depth dating program in a group full of strong masculine men and radiant feminine women, what are you waiting for? This is the time to do something for yourself, to learn how to consciously navigate the dating world, to learn how to call in and attract your dream partner. If this feels like a full yes, I would love this. If you resonate with my teachings and everything I just shared, we are going to be going so much deeper into this in depth. Go to jakewoodard.com/depth to sign up today. The link will also be in the show notes. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I hope that it brought you immense value. If it did, please feel free to take a screenshot of this, share it to your Instagram story, tag me, send me a message. Let me know what you loved about this message. And as always, stay open, stay grounded, and stay connected to that beautiful source within you.